If I wanted to be disrespectful, I would start this video in a Christopher Walken impression, but I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm not going to do that. I'm Adam Caesar. I write books and I talk about horror movies on the internet. Please give me a follow if you want to see more videos like this. This is The Prophecy. More specifically, this is The Prophecy 1, 2, and 3, released on 4K Ultra HD from Vinegar Syndrome recently. And it's a beautiful set, but I really only want to talk about The Prophecy. The Prophecy from 1995 is the one and only time screenwriter Gregory Widen directed a feature film. But before this, he wrote the script for Highlander, he wrote Backdraft, and he kind of got his chance to write and direct with this 1995 supernatural action horror detective religious portmanteau. The Prophecy starts with our protagonist, played by Elias Koteas, in a prologue about to become a priest. He's going through the rites of priesthood, and he gets a horrific vision of an angel being killed, the angel played by Eric Stoltz, and can't become a priest. And we flash forward to several years later, and he is a police detective. As a detective, he then chances onto the scene of a very odd murder. The body of the deceased is very strange. It doesn't have any eyes and never had any eyes. And he realizes that the murder he's investigating is the murder of an actual angel, like a biblical angel, and that angels aren't all good guys like we think of them. The war in heaven never actually stopped once Lucifer left, after God decided that he liked humanity better than angels. There was a subsection of angels that got really pissed off at that and decided to go to war with other good angels. And then we introduced the bad guy, the Archangel Gabriel, played by Christopher Walken, in an incredible role. He's very funny, he's very weird, he's very interesting, and he's very scary as Gabriel, as a bad guy. Gabriel is looking for this very evil soul that Eric Stoltz found and hid, and the soul is kind of this MacGuffin that will allow the war in heaven to stop being a stalemate and for the bad angels to win. If that sounds incredibly convoluted and complicated, it's not. This is a movie that deals with big and like interesting and cosmic ideas in a way that a lot of bigger budget horror never really gets to, or like we are so insistent on our genres not mixing and our tropes not mixing that we never really get stories like The Prophecy, that we never really get films like The Prophecy. We get plenty of books like The Prophecy. It's a movie that has all these big ideas, that introduces them very succinctly and in the middle of action, and we're never not kind of forgetting that we're watching like a popcorn horror movie, while at the same time there's all these different interesting cool things going on, including Lucifer himself showing up towards the back end of the movie, played by Viggo Mortensen, in a really, really cool and interesting role, and not how we typically see the devil depicted in movies. It's really, really great. It's a movie that I feel like as a kid I kind of liked, but I always kind of thought, I was like, oh well, this is not true horror. That's what I thought. Even though there's plenty of horror moments and plenty of violence in it, I think the cross genre-ness as a kid like didn't sit well with me, or I didn't like getting kind of peanut butter in my chocolate. But as an adult, I love it. I think it's just so great and so interesting and so unique as far as big budget horror filmmaking goes. And then there's a bunch of sequels, straight to video sequels, two of which Christopher Walken comes back for, and those are the two that are included in this set. I really wish Greg Widener ended up making more movies, because this was a really good one.